flowing waters and ancient stones. Source remembered, rewriting your bones. A boat, adrift on a shimmering path, broadcasting hope and maybe a laugh. A spiral tongue of mischievous wit, just trying to soften life's hard hit. We stand together, although you roam. My voice will guide you and bring you home. Through midnight mists and candle glow, stories ripple, soft and slow. Whispers weave where shadows play, and dreamers wake before the day. Tune your heart where the wild winds blow, and follow the tide to the radio. Flowing waters and ancient stones, source remembered deep in your bones. The rivers hum, the path calls, echoes dance through the ancient halls. A spiral tongue of moonlit wit whispers truths you half admit. We drift together, and though apart we roam, my voice is always a current and will always lead you home. Beneath the dark, the dream unfolds, silver threads through the stories told. Beneath each breath the night hums low. The pulse, the wave, the undertow. Surrender softly. Let it flow. And lose yourself in the dark moon radio.
Okay, is that working? Okay, it might work. Oh dear. The music was working. You're not alone in the dark. You just can't feel the others yet. Nope, can't feel the others yet. I got the music going. Okay, we have... God, YouTube, you're a pain. You're not alone in the dark. You just can't feel the others. I have radio. Okay, you are my main guys. I get the radio bit. Whew. I'm trying to go live on YouTube simultaneously. I think I've sorted it out. Yes, okay, I gotta turn it down before it loops. Right, we're up and running. How you doing? It's a balmy 8 degrees out there, and guess what? We have blue skies. That grey cloud that sort of shrouded everything for about 4 or 5 days is got blue skies. Yesterday afternoon was lovely. Went for a long dog walk in the fields, and yeah, he did roll in the mud a bit. He definitely rolled in the mud a bit. But there we go. That's part of being dog. They get to roll in the mud. In fact, if I was a dog, I'd roll in the mud lots too. It looked fun. I mean, no consequences, no problems. It's like somebody will sort it out for me. Anyway, okay, so what have we got lined up for you today? I got my dopamine hit. I've written the dopamine hit story. That's coming next. We will natter on about sort of the cosmic weather and what's happening in the world. And then we shall have a tarot reading somewhere along the line. And then there shall be a Taoist hit. And in between there'll be the most awesome spell songs and hypnotic subliminal songs than you have ever heard. I've actually got a new one. The new one is Arise. Yes, a powerful one. It's like, get off your knees, get up, arise, do stuff. I'm talking to myself because, boy, whew, it's tough. It's a tough thing. So, what are we going to open up with today? Energy flows where attention goes.
Where is your attention focused at? A reflective state is easy to find when life is soft on body and mind. It's the tough times where the payoff shines, helping move through states of mind. Just a session or two throughout each day will shift depression and anxiety away. Fear can make you low and weak, so find your path. It's bright to see. Energy flows where attention goes. Attention goes where energy flows. What is the source of your energetic flows? Where is your attention focused at? Are you a radiant being or a doormat? Fear can make you low and weak, so find a new path, a brighter one. Follow the rabbit down the hole, looking for a concept called solace. Transmuting pain into love is not found in one God above. It's there for all that breathe. Grace will hold you as you breathe.
Attention flows wherever you go. Yes, well, energy flows, attention flows. It's intermittent, but it's like I write all these as poetry. Um, I would love to sort of maybe sing one day, but I don't know. I'm a bit shy for that sort of thing. But one day we'd like to sing and, yeah, be dramatic with it. I was listening to Enya and thinking, God, well, this is weird shit too. There's an awful lot of weird shit about. It's like it's not actually uncommon these days. It's like the old ways of just pop. What other things was I listening to? I was listening to the Pet Shop Boys, and God, they're awful. And once upon a time, I thought they were great. It's like, ugh, nah, can't do them anymore. Okay, let's find the collective to the dopamine hit. Are you just waking up? Have you got a cup of tea or a coffee? Are you just chilling? Just watching the light through the window if necessary. You know, the people that go to work, I really envy them. If you're not at work, yeah, it's like there's something to do. There's people to chat to. You earn money for it. I would really love to go to work. It's like I miss that a lot. Um, but I'm in a space where I can't see this changing. This is why I started up the radio station. And it's not been an easy thing. I've had to learn a whole new career to start up the radio station. But I'm tired of being like no money, no place to go. And if you're in that same boat, no money, no place to go, no people to have a purpose or a service or do anything of that too. And it's like, okay, you can sit and watch the sun come up, but we are made for reasons and purposes. I was trained to do things. I can't sit on my ass all day. So this is what I'm doing instead. So the morning begins quietly. This is what I wrote this morning. It began quite quietly. It was a very dark morning. And it was like I watch the light change. So I lie there and I'm watching the light change. And it begins no alarm but light, and then my partner's alarm goes off. And it's just gently coming through the blinds, a little hesitant. And the light is not quite sure if it's ready for spring. The canal is waiting, it's always waiting. And when I get out and I sort of open up the doors, I let the dog out, let the cat out, and they go for a little stretch of legs and a morning pee. And I look across the water. I love the water. There's signs out there that the water might be sentient. They put a picture of a bird in a dish, and then they freeze the water, and the water draws a picture, an abstract picture, admittedly, of that bird. It's memory and water. Water flows sort of through us, literally, metaphorically, but I'm watching it, and the surface is neither still nor stirred. It's a kind of a mixture of both, just moving enough to weave the sky into a silk, a very woven tapestry sort of look. And the sky is blue. Yeah, there's wisps of clouds around the edges, but it's stretched and stitched with tiny ripples that catch in the morning light and scatter it. It scatters light. A reflection of bare trees that bends and waves in the breeze, as though the branches themselves were waking, shaking off the last of their winter sleep. You can almost hear them sigh. There's a deep sigh going on in the world right now. And there it is. Look carefully. I didn't wear my glasses in the morning. Can't really see that clearly. But I can see this. The soft green returning, buds appearing. The branches now are no longer empty. And it's quiet at first. Maybe I haven't noticed it for a few days. Shy, like someone entering a room hoping not to be noticed. But the season always announces itself in the smallest of ways. A blue tit skims across the canal. Can always recognise them. It had to be quite close for me to recognise it. Then another. There's like little tiny birds all over the place. And the air is stitched with birdsong again. Not the bright chorus of full summer, more like the rehearsal team this morning. The sound of practice and promise. Yeah, it sounds all romantic. They're probably just trying to get laid. It's been a long winter. I have missed their company. I was realising last night as the sun set that how much birdsong I have missed. It was actually loud, it was noisy. And I realised I've been watching the sun set in the quiet for so long. Finches, robins, blue tits, familiar chorus in the morning. Each note lifts. It lifts something in me that I didn't realise had grown heavy. It's like, oh, okay, it's all right then. Down on the towpath, the dog drinks from the canal again. He shouldn't. We've had that talk, he and I. But the water must look like liquid glass to him. It's just too tempting. He's got a bowl of fresh water on the deck at all times, and another one in the boat. But I let him have his moment. We all need small indulgences. It's not good for him, but the water is actually quite clear and clean here. There's a kind of clarity in this light, a freshness that wakes the skin before the mind. It holds you just between two states. Not quite dreaming, and seriously not quite awake, where everything else feels important and unhurried. Unhurried. Is that the correct term? Unrushed. Patient, certainly. Across the water I see the tips of the trees pulsing with new colour. It's green. It's a really light green, like memory, green like hope is coming. The warmth, the easy mornings, the t-shirt days. But we're not there yet. We're still in the in-between. I see what I stored last night on a dish, and there's got last night pizza crusts. They've gone hard, but I was saving them for the ducks and swans. But the water is empty today, and the dog's not having them. That's all right. They'll come by when they're ready. There'll be ducks and swans soon. There's patience in everything out there. There's no ducks, no swans. Not yet. The canal breathes slowly. The scent carries ripples on the air. It's a kind of definitely a watery, musky, but fresh. Growth, new growth. Green smell. Does colour have a smell? Well, if orange does, certainly green does. Maybe damp earth, damp wood, certainly damp wood. Faint smoke from a faraway chimney. Each inhale feels clean, like it might rinse out the inside of your chest. Give yourself a good rinse. The world is moving so subtly that it almost looks still. If you stop long enough, you start to feel part of it. Like the same current that moves the water is moving through you too. Time melts, stretches. 10 minutes disappear into the rhythm of watching the ripples, wings and breath. In that time, I was having realizations, because this is why I do this early morning meditation, contemplation. Mornings like this aren't meant to be used. They're meant to be sat inside of. To rest in like a held note. It's like, yeah. Or the soft hum of a thought that forgets to end. Mornings are definitely, excuse the dog. Mornings are definitely just meant to be as a transition. Somewhere behind the trees, sort of the sun, the first warm slips across my face. It's not much, not yet, but just enough to promise that change is already here. It's doing its quiet work beneath the surface. A little robin lands close by. Now, I have a cat on the deck, and yeah, the cat looks at it like food. But it's tiny, it's perfect. Robins are meant to be messengers of the dead. Have you heard that legend? I don't have that many dead. Not that I know of, anyway. Tiny, it's a tiny, perfect thing, but it goes very still. But yet it's, who are you, what you're doing? I offer it a pizza crust, but it's not interested. And I can smile at it, because it's kind of sweet and big. It's a little tiny, big-hearted, brave thing. And you can sense the heartbeat is going like 19 to twice yours. It's like living at such a different frequency to me. And it flutters, the whole thing flutters, the energy field around it flutters. Yeah, I'm weird. But it makes me smile. It makes the cat smile too. But the Canal keeps on whispering. It reflects the sky. It keeps on expanding. And the world keeps breathing. It's calm, endless, fresh breath. And that was this morning. There we go. Let's play a nice song. Gentle song. Hands to earth, earth to skin. Pull the old, let the new in. Hands to earth, earth to skin. We are weaving a deep inner dream, while creating order in a vision of green. The chaos of the now will give way to a riot of colour and joy someday. Hands to earth, earth to skin. Pull the old and let them in. Pull and twist, release the lie. Death feeds life, nothing dies. So we weed this bed of living soil, taking our time with the spring. Hands to earth, earth to skin. Down on our knees in our mother's grace. Hat over our eyes, keeping sun from the face. Knees in the dirt, back to the sun. This is how the work gets done. With each pull and twist of what must go, new life stirs, this much we know. Hands to roots release, the old one gives in. Pull the space is made for what begins. Chaos breaks and order sleeps. Roots remember what the mind forgets. Out of chaos a pattern forms. From broken ground the seed transforms. From death and decay, life runs wild. Skin. The soil remembers, let them fierce, not mild. Pull and twist, release the lie. Death feeds life and nothing dies. A spiral shaped by hands unseen, older than the gods, wiser than the kings. No trumpets blown, no ego sound, just breath and bone, let the new fertile ground. Round and round the spiral goes, what we bury always grows. The circle turns again, again we lose, we gain, we fail, we mend. As time unwinds without a sound, we bury our hands to skin, we are found. The old, let the new in. No command, no grand design, just the rhyme of seeds and time. We tend, we wait, we trust, we grow. We tend, we wait, we trust, we grow. The circle turns again and again. We lose, we gain, we fail, we mend. As time unwinds without a sound, we bury our hands and we are found. Earth out of old chaos's patterns are found. From broken ground the seed transforms. From decay and death, life runs wild. The soil remembers. It's fierce and it's not mild. Hands to earth, earth to skin. Pull the old, let the new in. Pull the old and let them in. Pull and twist, release the lie. Death feeds life, nothing dies. Hands to earth, earth to skin. Pull the old, let the new in. There we go. Nice gentle start, gentle flow of things. Are we nearly awake yet?
Welcome to the Dark Moon Radio. Let's get real.
Yeah, let's get real. Let's see what's going on in the world. But first of all, another tune. Something a little bit more wakey. Let's gently bring you back to it. How about, I got a lot of angry ones. How about moon cycles? I wasn't really happy with this one. I probably will redo it again at another time. But the new moon hides in shadow, dark and out of sight. The waxing crescent grows, a silver slither bright. First quarter's half lit. Look up at the sky on any given night. The moon's got a story written there in height. It's dancing with the sun in cosmic time, changing shape in rhythm, freezing rhyme, surrendering the light. The last quarter half returned, the circle's second turn. Waning crescent whispers lessons we can learn. The moon keeps turning through the night. It takes about a month to make the journey round, 29 and a half days from the time it's found. They say it's not making its own light, just reflecting rays. The sun illuminates these ever-changing phrases. The new moon hides in shadow, dark and out of sight. The waxing crescent grows, a silver slither bright. First quarter's half lit, climbing
Waxing
through the
means
sky.
it's growing,
Waning means it shrinks. It's all about perspective. As full moon drawing high. The sun, the earth, the sky, they're dancing in a line, creating all these phases in their view, surrendering the light. The last quarter half returned, the surface second turned. Waning crescent whispers lessons we can learn. The moon keeps turning through the night. The new moon hides in shadow, dark and out of sight. The waxing crescent grows, a silver slither bright. Look up at the sky on any given night. Through the sky, the moon's got a story written there in light. As full moon dancing with the sun in cosmic time, changing shape in rhythm, reason, and rhyme. Waning gibberish fades, surrendering the light. The last quarter half returned, the circle's second turned. Waning crescent whispers lessons we can learn. The moon keeps turning through the night. It takes about a month to make the journey round, 29 and a half days from the time it's found. They say it's not making its own light, just reflecting rays. The sun illuminates these ever-changing phrases. The new moon hides in shadow, dark and out of sight. The waxing crescent grows, a silver slither bright. First quarter's half lit. Waxing means it's growing, waning means it shrinks. It's all about perspective. As full moon drawing high, the sun, the earth, the sky, they're dancing in a line, creating all these phases in their beautiful grand design. Surrendering the light. The last quarter half returned, the circle's second turned. Whispers lessons we can learn. The moon keeps turning through the night. Yeah, that one works. It's again not so angry, not so gentle. We'll move into those in a bit. Yeah. No bullshit. Just the time, the space, and the music. Dark Moon Radio. It always gets nervous when my computer starts going, Internet now restored. And you're like, what? What? The internet is now... No, don't tell me that, because it means it was disconnected. Have I lost anything? No. No, I still seem to be going. Okay. I don't know what the computer is doing. You know, when I was learning about ChatGPT, now ChatGPT, I've used that for a long time, and I've moved over because I'm told it hallucinates. Look, I have a hard time holding on to what's real and what's not. No, I don't. But I don't want my computer telling me that it can't hold on to reality. It can make up shit. That's just like, what? So learning that was a bit of a shock that, that they can make up stuff. Because I've been taking business advice from ChatGPT for over a year now. Now, it wasn't just business advice, because most of it was technology. I need technology. I can do the rest of it myself. I just needed to learn the technology to do it. Now, I'm still learning the technology. It's still an ongoing process. And technology, I thought, was kind of like a common thing. It's like there is a right way of doing it and a wrong way of doing it. But I'm a little worried when I've been taking business advice from a machine that hallucinates. That wasn't cool. That definitely wasn't cool. So I've moved over to something that my partner calls, it sounds like a girl's name. It's called Perplexity. And it's like, no, that's not a girl's name. But anyway, Perplexity. And Perplexity is a lot more structured. And I'm not using it for, it's not creative. Well, maybe it isn't. But I need structure, and I'm hoping it will help me with my business advice. Because you'd have thought that, starting up a new business, there would be like loads of people coming out of the woodwork trying to help me. Nah, there's nothing. There's no government organisations. I went for I had a chat with the Swindon and Wiltshire Business Hub. And I was like, had a nice long chat with a lady. I thought, right, hey, she can help me out with learning digital marketing, learning how to do it all properly. because I'm winging it. I'm making it up as I go along. I do not hide what it's very difficult. It has been very difficult, but I feel like I've made so much progress, on my own. I've got this up and running. I'm doing it regularly, and now I've moved over to YouTube, which, as well as the radio station. The radio station is my prime directive, absolutely. But YouTube is certainly a challenge, technology-wise, and I'm kind of proud of that. It's like this is all my music, it's all my podcasts, it's all my meditation. So yeah, if I'm being a little bit sort of egotistical right now, well, I've got no one else to tell me how well done. Well done, Kate. You're doing great, because the lady, the Swindon and Wiltshire Business Hub, as now basically they're not taking on any more new businesses due to government funding. So it's something else you can blame the government from. So there is nobody out there. This is like who is advising. And yeah, you've got to be very careful. There are people out there, but they are scam artists and they're ripping you off. I've been ripped off enough, thank you very much. I got no money to invest. I'm frigging unemployed. Yeah, I'm a little bit sort of perturbed about the fact that I wasted my time by going to this chat to see if they can help me, to be told, very sorry, we're not doing this anymore. It's like, you're on your own, mate. I'm on my own. Boy, I'm on my own daily. It would be really lovely to have sort of colleagues and work people around, but that's not this morning. Okay, I know, I'm on a bit of a rant, but I was quite taken back to receive an email saying, bugger off, we ain't helping. It's like, thanks. So we're going to play Odin Rising. Let's move into a little bit more grr. Just a little, not too much. Odin did not take the mead so that the world could be entertained. He took it so memory would survive. Your voice matters. Your words carry weight. You are ready. When you taste the rising, feel something rising in you now. A song awakening, a story remembering, a knowing that chooses to speak. Just reminds us that his before the words become fixed, they were brave. You are discovering that inspiration flows not to entertain, but to carry truth forward through transformation and gathered through courage. It whispers to you now. Real power asks something of you. It is to feel something rise in courage to receive a song, a story, a knowing that refuses to stay quiet. Words are taken so memory survives, so truth finds a voice, so silence dissolves. Notice how the words shape worlds. Before words were written down, they were risked. They build as you breathe them into being, and they echo beyond you. You are remembering the hidden teachings. It demands courage from the one who drinks, speak with all of and responsibility for the one that speaks. And as you do, know that inspiration chooses the willing, and the willing becomes vessels of shame. Your voice matters, your words, because words shape people. You you are ready. They heal or harm, they build or burn. Odin did not take the mead so that the world could be entertained. He took it so memory would survive, so truth would have a voice, so the silence would not win. That wasn't too much of a rant, was it? Nah, just let's move forward into inspiration. Inspiration's a lovely thing. That's the Arwen. I have to play the Arwen next. So yes, we are building into something. Yeah, I try and remember what I've played, but I think where's that one? I want to play my new one. Arise. Yeah, it's a. Let's see how this one sounds. See, I listen to them and I obviously create them. So I get the words. To me, everything wraps around the words. I am a poet far more than I'm a musician, right? In fact, the musician side, I still look at myself with squinty eyes going, nah. Come on, there are people that have spent decades learning how to play instruments and stuff. Now, I learned to read music at school. I did a few instruments, yeah, but I didn't continue them. My hands shake too much these days to play an instrument. So we can press keyboards and stuff. That's about it. But the music blends comes from Pixabay, which I'm very grateful for. And it's royalty free, and they have permission to use them as long as it's not standalone on YouTube. So all the backing stuff, I have to blend that together, and this is what I've been learning. It's been quite a challenge. But when I listen to it, when I'm creating it, it's one thing. And then when I'm listening to it on the radio, it's another thing completely. And it's like, ooh. Sometimes I'm impressed. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that didn't work. That really didn't work. I don't know. Let's see if this one worked. Forget who you were. There's no need to remember. Those days are gone. Life rose
Arise
up and
and
swallowed you
be
whole.
here
The times
now.
changed fast.
Forget who you were.
The frequency.
Let it
moved on.
dissolve like smoke on the water.
You rose.
Those days are
from the
gone.
dead.
Those days are gone. Life rose up and
walked
swallowed
and
you whole.
talked
Swallowed you
like
whole.
one
And the
who knew.
frequency moved on.
The times have changed and the
And
world
times
was not
grew
yours.
faster,
You are
faster,
a
and the
reflection
world
of a long
spun
time
loose
past.
from what you knew. You rose from the dead like a newborn. You rose from the dead as a newborn. You walked and
You're
talked
the different
like one who knew.
down in the earth and soul.
The world
Your
is not
spirit
yours
needs to
anymore.
drink deeply and dream on. You are so much more than you once were. They tell you must remember, but all you remember
No, the
is
world
death.
was not yours.
A time that
You
is
are
gone,
a reflection
and a world
of a
that has
time
moved on.
long past.
It's time to
Do you
arise.
need to hold that
and be
anymore? A shadow standing in an unfamiliar light. The grass is a different shade now. The grass is a different shade. You are out of step. So forget and be now. The land you knew is dead and gone. Arise and be here now. The land you knew is dead and gone. Arise and be here now. Feel the different beat deep
down in the
Feel
earth,
the
deep
difference
down in your
deep
soul,
down in the
deep
earth and
down
soul.
where the
Your
old
spirit needs to
world
drink
has
deeply.
no hold.
You
Let
are
your
so much
spirit
more than you once were.
drink in the now, dream the now,
but all you
breathe
remember
the
is
now
death.
into your
A time that is gone and a world that has moved on. It's time to arise.
than what you remember, they say.
A time that is gone, a world that moved on without you. A world that moved on. So let the dead bury the dead, let the past be the past, let the old names fade away. Let the leaves on the winter
Your
spirit
tree
needs to drink deeply and you are so much more than
is dead and gone. Arise and be here now.
Time that is
For
gone
you,
and a
that
world
you
that
once
moved
knew.
on. So arise, arise and be here now. Step into this skin. It's new skin. Step into this breath. It's new breath. Step into this moment like you were born for it because you will. Because you are. You have moved on and on, and so have you. So have you. The grass is different shades. The beat is a different drum. You are no longer what you were. You are what you are becoming. And walk and talk. Now arise and be here now. You are a reflection of a long is dead and gone. Arise, arise and be here now. Okay, I think I need to amend that in places, but it showed promise. Yeah, the ending was, you've got to fade the ending a bit longer away, but I didn't want to go over 5 minutes. It's a little long. But basically the message there, well, what I was trying to get at, I'm not sure I succeeded in that either. But so what I was trying to get at is nostalgia. And nostalgia is all well and good. And I have it in myself. And what I've been doing is looking back in the past and finding comfort that, you know, times have been challenging in the past and people got through it. And times are challenging now and we will get through it. But all of this remember who you are stuff, you know, it's like, let's be here in this moment and feel who you are now, because that's far more important than who you were. Because who I was, I've been a bit of an asshole in my life. I totally admit that. And I don't really want to dwell on the asshole that I was, you know? So I'd much rather be the asshole who I am. Absolutely. But this is be here now and arise from the past, because the past is gone. And this is another thing that I look in the New Age communities. I look in all of the old, the druids, the witches, the shamans, the communities that kind of worship the past. They are worshipping the past. They do the same rituals year in, year out. Frequencies changed. These rituals are meaningless. They're not, you have to change the ritual to be in this time. And if you are repeating rituals that happened
100 years ago, 200 years ago, 1,000 years ago, right? The earth was in a different space. The collective unconscious was in a different space. It's like, move on, guys. Yeah. Let's develop something new, something fresh. Now, the old gods, I honor the old gods, if you like, as the archetypes and as created. They were created by people, right? I'm not a follower of gods. There are archetypes in there that can move with the times, and I will use the example of the Avengers movies. Right, there are archetypes of old gods, Thor and Odin, and even the negative ones, Hela and Thanos, and things like that. They're all moved on with the times, and that's basically where I was going with this, because I was trying to shout at myself to say, hey, you're here now, in this time. We're in 2026. Let's make this time better, not mull about how the old times were really like. They weren't better. There was an awful kind of lots of Black Death, that wiped out big chunks of England. Now, I knew this, but it was reminded of me on a YouTube thing that I watched the other day. And one of the things is I go for walks with a dog and I see fields that had houses there once. And this is common. Like little small villages. You can see imprints of where there was something built there once. People had built a structure of some sort. Now, I don't know. They're all different, but there's lots of them, lots of fields that look like they had lots of habitats. And they were all possibly wiped out in the 13th century for the Black Death. And it's like, it wasn't great. It wasn't always great. It was just as bad sometimes. So that was the Arise. And I think I'm going to take that apart a bit, because it wasn't a bad song. There was good stuff in that. Some of these I like, some of them I'm not so fond of. But we shall find. Here we go. Heart Before Mind. This is an old one. It's one I've done a while back. Heart before mind. Heart before mind. Grace in grief, grace in grief. Know yourself, know yourself. Shadows, shadows, shadows. Grow. Grow and learn. Grow and weave, grow and show. Feel the pain and know the known. Heart first. Or nothing lands. Know yourself. Mind points, the heart stands. Rabbit, follow the rabbit down the hole. Call it soul and let it grow. Pain to love, let it grow. Pain to love, breath. Every step inside yourself makes yourself sit something bigger, something wiser. Stay in place. Know yourself, ice and flame, shadowed, stirred, resembles love, but not from a distant throne above, but from lungs, from skins, from a lived life. Keeping it real without selling your soul. The mind only shows you the doorway. Lead with your heart, or you'll score an own goal. Keep it real without selling your soul. Ice and flame, lead with the heart, or you'll still score an own goal. And what you gain, mind alone is grey. It cannot see all the beauty that you can behold. The heart must feel, know and soar. The mind can only show us the door. It can point to the horizon, but it can't make you care. First or nothing lands. The heart feels, the heart knows, the heart flies. Pain to love, breath to grace. Your mind only shows you the doorway. It never walks you through. Know yourself. So yes, follow the rabbit down the hole. Chase the rumor we call a soul. Turn pain into something that resembles love. But not from some distant throne in the sky.
but from lungs, from skin, from a lived life, not a lie. Following the rabbit down the hole, looking for the concept called a soul, transmuting pain into love,
Heart
not
before
found
mind.
in one distant
Heart
God above.
before mind.
It's all there for you to breathe.
Grace and grief,
and
grace and
grace
grief.
will
Know
hold
yourself,
you
know
as
yourself.
you grieve.
Shadow.
Anyone who's ever breathed already qualifies.
Grow
Grace
and learn.
doesn't choose.
Grow and weave.
Grace
grow
doesn't
and
gatekeep.
show.
Grace sits beside you while you grieve. The oldest advice still burns.
Heart before mind.
Know yourself with
Follow the
lava and
rabbit down
ice,
the hole.
soft
Call it
animal
soul,
and
not
sharp
grow.
mind.
Pain to love.
See yourself in those around you, how you become.
Every
with
step
people that
inside
are
yourself.
Are you triggered by your own shadows? How do you deal with those that stand on your toes? All those answers help you find a way for you to understand you and make a much better and brighter day from a lived life. Watch how you change
knows the heart
in the
flies. Or
presence
nothing
of
lands.
truth.
Mind only shows you the doorway.
Watch how you
Points.
react.
The heart
Walk
stands.
when someone steps
Rabbit
on
run.
you.
Run.
Keep it real without selling those
soul.
answers.
Lead with the
Those
heart.
aren't
Or you'll
judgments.
score an own
Let
goal.
you-
Row.
They teach you
Pain
where
to
you
love.
are,
Breath to
and where you
grace.
stand and where you could go next.
Inspired and cold.
And every step into yourself makes yourself a little
Know
greater.
yourself, ice and flame, shadowed, stirred,
and much more real.
Heart first or nothing lands. Rabbit runs, go below, call it soul, let it go. Pain to love, breath to grace. Sit with grief and stay in that place. Ice and flame, name your name. Who are you? Shadow and what's your game? Heart before mind. Know yourself. Shadow of course. Shadow sees, mirror sees. Shadow and mirror will help you grow. You are love. So let it show. There we go. That was an old-fashioned spell sound that was using words to weave, and the music was just sort of background stuff then. It was definitely a spell sound. So it was like working on every level. Well, most levels. How about that? It's something that I started to learn when you learn hypnosis, when you learn to use your words. You use your words and you focus your words and what your words are saying. And the focus I use is directly in front of me. So in other words, I am firing off these levels and I'm talking to each of the levels of a person. There's nobody in front of me. Oh, I've got a cat, dog curled up on me, but that's about it. And to use your focus, so you direct everything at whatever you're focusing at. And you use your words in ways that hit, so that if you are talking to somebody who is falling apart, you focus on that. There's no judgment, okay? Judgment is such a stupid thing. Judgment irritates me. I do not judge another person who is going through shit. It's like not in my being. I've been through shit. How could I judge another person? But you look at them and you weave magic for them. So you're weaving a safe space, a place where anything that happens in this space is okay with you. And you weave it in levels of tone, levels of frequency, levels of heart. You weave things like okay, if I'm going into throat chakra, I'm weaving prophecy and sort of we will make it better. We will hold space We're not going to fall apart. We are going to be okay whatever the outcome is. There is no expectations. Things will be fine. They may not be good, they may be bad, but they will be fine. And then you go down through that, so you make sure that heart, in other words, I see you, I care for you, I hold space for you, you are going to be all right. Then you move it down into the sort of the solar plexus. Now this is where it gets heavy, because you've got to ground it. So nothing that is flying up in your head, anything that comes across in your mind at that moment is irrelevant. That's just the thought, the data stream, the thoughts. And you bring it down, right? Sit, hold. And a lot of the time, sometimes touch, I will use, touch is very, very powerful. I am not a great toucher, okay? But if somebody is going through something, you reach out and touch, because it gives you another level at the solar plexus, at the, I'm checking that, where am I pointing at? And in that there is connection. And I don't know how it works, I just know it works. And you reach out and you touch another being with your fingertips, and there is like a whole wealth of information that flows. And it flows both ways. And that's where you've learned it. Now, Reiki is a good place to start. So you just turn on Reiki at that point. And it flows from your gut. It flows all the way through. Now, I'm not going down into the further levels of my chakras, because that leaves me vulnerable, okay? And this is kind of like a professional thing. So you just stay. If you are with a partner who you're intimate with, then you can take it down. But at the most stages, you just need to go down to your gut. And then I don't know how it gets, but if it goes lower, it's almost inappropriate. In fact, it's not almost, it is inappropriate. So you hold it in your solar plexus, and then you bring it up again to your heart, and you are loved, you are seen, you are cared for, you are wanted. You use the words that come, and they come through your brain. It comes through for me, it's my third eye stuff. Might be for somebody else, it's something else, but holding space. So I'm weaving a space around somebody so that nothing can enter except for what's in here. So we're not bringing in any negative influences. We're not bringing in negative thought forms have to hang around on the outside. And it's just all right. It's okay. And it's two humans having an interaction. And you don't have to use touch. In fact, a lot of the time, that's one step, further than I'm prepared to go. And I don't lose myself in that. And we can talk about the weather, and you can just use it as tone, and use keywords. And yeah, what did I have? There was a lady at a fair who was doing, come on, brain. She was doing, those decoupage stuff on it. She was at a table of decoupage. She was on one side of the table and I was the other. And she was telling me about her father, and there was grief there. And had nothing to do, and I cared for her at that point. I don't know who she was, but I cared. I did care who she was, and the fact that she had tears flickering in her eyes. She needed to grieve. She needed to tell somebody about her dad. All right, that was it. So I wove this space around us, and I stood there and I chatted with her for a bit. And she took a deep breath. She told me all about her dad. She told me about her growing up stuff. People tell you their life story. You can find out their inside leg measurements. But there's no judgment. There's no ulterior motive. There's certainly no money in it, okay? But it's making a connection. And you have to do it with focus. You have to do it with awareness. And you have to do it with kind of everything in alignment for it. And it's something that I don't think people know. Somehow I've always known this. And I just don't see other people doing this at all. How do you make a connection with another person? Is it sort of an awkward thing? A lot of guys are awkward, and I'm thinking that they need to learn how to focus. Guys focus really, really well. They are a lot better, because I'm all over the shop. A guy is usually single focus. And if they focused on making a connection rather than how awkward they feel, they would do a lot better at it. But each guy is different and everybody is different. What works for me is not necessarily going to be what works for you. All I do know is that if you focus and you pitch your voice and you are present and you are in alignment and it's appropriate, you can make a connection with pretty much anybody. And you can talk about anything. And you're not actually talking about something's, you'd be talking about the weather. British are very good at talking about the weather. We have a lot of weather, all right? It happens here. And you can be making a connection that's good, honest, and true. Yesterday I was on the towpath and a lady with a baby. And she obviously has been done a lot of walking. She had a dog and my dog was prancing around with each other. They were quite happy to prance around. But she wanted to tell me all about her baby. And that's quite a normal thing. And yeah, I asked her a few questions, held space, and then I've got full information about how the birth went because it was a fairly newborn baby, and I shared a bit, told her it was okay to share, and she did. She opened up, and there was connection. And I don't get why this is hard. It shouldn't be hard. It's just a matter of just getting yourself prepared to do it. I think there was a time in my teenage years where I wasn't very good at connecting. In fact, I was pretty rubbish at it. Somewhere along the line, I guess, with all the tarot reading I've done, the counseling I've done, acupuncture years, and customer service years, that somehow I've learnt just to make a connection with pretty much anybody and just hold space for them and just allow them to chat. And that's really, it is a learned process. Fine, learn it, make it work for you. What works for me does not work for you, all right? Some of it might, but not all of it.
Learn to be a friend to yourself, not your critic, not your judge, your friend. That's where it starts. It's Dark Moon Radio.
I was going to do some cosmic weather, and it just flickered off. Hang on. Let's see whether I can find that back again. There we go. Right. Cosmic weather. And I found this and I thought, well, this is perfect. Perfect for me, all right? Because, yeah, I was feeling sorry for myself earlier. I have been feeling sorry for myself today. And this is done by Carolyn Linden, right? She also does astrology. Found on Facebook. She's a friend. I've chatted to her a couple of times. Lives in Inverness. Okay, time of victimhood is over, right? She's an astrologer. She is a proper astrologer. I am not. Neptune has left Pisces, and with it the endless indulgence in suffering. Oh, poor me. Yeah, okay. This is a message. This is a message my subconscious has found for me. When Neptune stepped into Aries, reality hit hard. Saturn made sure of that. So what happens when your pity parade ends? Who are you without your story of pain? What does your future look like without the poor me to hide behind? Thank you, Caroline. Yes, you've got me. You've nailed me. Victim no more. We've entered the phase of purifying rage. Ooh, I like that stuff. The kind that strips illusions bare and demands accountability. Yes, Mum. Those who use their wounds as a shield, a defense, as an escape. Now the questions begin. There's nowhere to hide. Woohoo! she's put it very simply in a nutshell. Thanks. I feel called out by the algorithm. Okay, poor me. Poor me's over. No. Poor me. It's not there. Let's play the Sovereign Kingdom. Time to take sovereignty. Yeah. Whenever I've been reading shit about King Charles. I avoided all of that years ago. Years ago, I avoided the whole thing. I'm not I don't get divine rule. I do not get how he can hand something over to his sons. You know, it doesn't happen in business. It's like he's meant to have this bloodline that is to be kept. And I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get royal family lines. Shouldn't it be the best person for the job? Shouldn't it be a job? Why is it paid so much? Why does it come with so much property and land? Because they own freaking much half of Britain. I ask these questions and nobody gives me answers. So when I hear that Charlie Boy, right, Charlie Boy, the so-called King of England, right, became a Muslim in Turkey a few years back. He actually did that. And you're like, hang on, reel that back a bit. He is the the head of the Church of England, right? So all the Church of England things, he's the head, and now he's become a Muslim. That means, by Muslim law, if you like, wherever they pray, so in other words, if they go into a church and pray, that church is now a Muslim church. I don't think people understand Muslim very much, the culture. I grew up in their culture, Jordan quite a lot, and Saudi Arabia and places. And yeah, so it's like if the Pope was a Muslim, surely the Catholic Church would be no more and everybody would be Muslim. Every Catholic now would be a Muslim. It's the same sort of thing. And I'm asking questions and nobody's going to answer me because the answer to those questions are relatively scary. They're a bit big. But sovereign, yeah, take sovereign within. Do not look for your sovereigns without.
Freedom is a state of mind. Just like I choose to be kind, I take what belongs to me and set that which is not free. Reach in and take your freedom, for inside is your sovereign kingdom. Reach in and take your freedom, for inside is your sovereign kingdom. Chains survive the inner fire. No cage can hold your true desire. The world may press, the world may bend, but your will is yours from end to end. Stand in the center of your breath. Own your pulse and defy thy death. Stand in the center of your breath. Own your pulse and defy their death. Begin. Break the patterns that cling and claw. You are written in your own law. The truth is older than their fear. Step within, your path is clear. No outside voice can claim your throne. You walk your fate. You walk it alone.
Clear the binds, keep your center, free your mind. Break the claim, clear the bind, keep your center, free your mind.
Rise
Break
again,
the claim,
will not
clear
fall.
the bind.
The crown you wear is born,
Free.
not earned. A fire lit, a lesson learned. Return, reclaim, become the one, the night-born child of the moon and sun. Return, reclaim, become the one, the night-born child of the moon and sun.
You are the kingdom. You walk alone, but never lost, never owned. Break the claim. Clear the bind, keep your center, free your mind. break the claim, clear the bind, keep your center, free your mind. Yours. Always yours.
Sovereign kingdom. Well, sovereign I take within. I do not have a sovereign without. I don't get it. I mean, I do. I get it. It's like a historic thing. This is like the history, the past. In the past, we may have had good kings and queens, good leaders of the country that rose up and defended their people, right? And somewhere along the line, the divine right to rule. So you have a bloodline. Now, the bloodline of our present stuff is Windsor Mountbatten. Mountbattens are a bunch of pedos, and the Windsors was a made-up name just to make it sound as if they were not German. Okay, I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I haven't checked my facts here, but seriously, having a line, I'm looking at my kids, and my kids are mostly assholes, just like me, just like in other words, ancestral line. It doesn't necessarily do good. If you have a strong parent, you'll often have weaker children, and if you have strong children, in other words, each generation is different, and I seriously wouldn't want to pass on something like that. And Charlie Boy is weak as big shit. You can tell that by everything. He is not a leader. He's just a figurehead. He's just like, might as well have a baboon with wearing a crown. It's like when nobody really respects that much. I mean, seriously, am I talking out of line here? And whereas having a royal family, yeah, the queen was strong. The queen before him was a pretty strong woman. Well, she must have been hell to have as a mum. But, okay, I can see all that, feel all that. But that was past. Let's look at the now. Look at the now is, why are we having a royal family? Right? Let's elect one. If you want one, let's elect a royal family. Let's forget about all the royal electing a prime minister. That's a blooming waste of time, and we haven't proved very successful there. But how about elect a king or a queen? Democratically elected king or queen. They did it in Star Wars, didn't they? She was the queen. Queen Amidala was elected. It was Democratic. Then she went on to be a president. It got a bit confusing. But hey, a leader, a strong person, someone who can say, right, I represent the British people. Give them a kingship, give them a title, give them the land and say, okay, can you manage this land a bit better? Can you sort of give it out? Can people who want to build a home on the land be allowed to? As long as it's sanitary, as long as it's, they've got sort of facilitators for sort of water and sanitation. Do you think we could just do something that's worthwhile? Yeah, I know. I'm on a very ranty mood, aren't I? But it's making me. I was told this was telling me. Caroline was telling me on this, basically, stop being a blooming victim. Okay, so no more pity parties. Poor me. Well, no more until the next time. Who are you without the story of your pain? I'm fucking strong, that's what I am. And I will use that language when I need to. It's the English language, and we were designed to use it. But I am strong. I know I have strength. I have seen myself have strength. Most days I'm strong. So there's days where my body is going through shit, so basically it's weak. But yeah. And I would say the strength, it's a learned thing again, but we got to learn how to be strong. And part of it is the story we tell ourselves. Part of it is that. So let's play a strong one. Where's Lilith? Lilith is an awesome strong one. Gonna play the strong Lilith's legacy because she gave me strength when I was weak, when I was falling apart. I was, where was it, late 30s? Yeah. Shit hit the fan in my life big time. And the archetype of Lilith came to me. And I grew angry. And you know, they'll tell you that anger is a bad thing. Ha. Liars. Liars, liars, your pants on fires. Anger is not a bad thing. Okay, anger, self-destruction is part of being angry, and self-destruction sometimes is worthwhile. Sometimes you screw yourself in the foot quite hard. But anger moves. And without it, you're a little bit pathetic. So, yes, I would say anger helped me. Now, some people's anger is not a good thing. Apparently, I listen, I hear, and when people get angry, they just get self-destructive. That's stupid behavior. Use the anger and put it into action. Move yourself out of the rut you're in, into another rut, basically. But the anger is worthwhile. And Lilith gets mad. Some people can focus when they're in anger. There's like a clarity of mind. All the shit in your head just goes aside and you can focus. And I watch people use their anger to get ahead in the world. And yeah, if I had a focus, I don't know I ought to take on board my anger. Because I'm angry with the world. I'm angry with old Charlie boy. I'm angry with fucking wanker Starmer. All of that. Because they're kind of messing up a lot of people's lives. Including mine. I shouldn't let them. Definitely shouldn't let them. Let's play Lilith. Let's summon Lilith. Guys will sort of duck for cover. Because Lilith does not take prisoners. Oh boy. Say her name, Lilith, say your own with pride. Speak it like a spell, love, speak it far and wide. You were never meant to shrink, you were born to fly. Sacred refusals in your very own battle cry. I will not be denied, I will not be denied. I was made from the same earth, the same sacred clay. They wrote me a script where I'd kneel and obey. Said, bow down, stay small, know your place, stay. But my spine was forged in starlight, and my heart so I spoke the secret name with power in my throat. Grew wings when I was afraid. I am every woman rising from. They can call me demon or sneaking villain in their tale. I am the midnight howling. I am power personified. Heaven failed. And I finally come alive. They said, she steals babies, she seduces and destroys. Turned my sacred boundaries into monsters, myths and ploys. But here's what's really scared them. What they couldn't comprehend. A woman would walk alone and bow to broken men. I govern my own pleasure, I apologize for none. My anger is my compass. My refusal has just begun. Every time you called me too much. I grew another wing. Every time you tried to cage me, I remembered how to sing. I am the dark moon rising, the truth they tried to hide. I am Lilith's daughter, and I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I will not. To every woman who's been labeled difficult and cold, who outgrew the spaces that demanded that she stays controlled. Here's to evolution that feels like exile at the start, to the initiated ones who've claimed their sovereign heart. We are not broken, we are not lost or led astray. We're just done with self-betrayal and done with giving ourselves away. Watch us sprout wings from our sacred righteous rage. Watch us rewrite every ending on every goddamn page. I am the holy no. I am the dark moon rising, the truth they tried to hide. I am Lilith's daughter, and I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I will not shrink, and I will not hide. They say you're being selfish when you finally choose your soul. They say you've changed. Yes, thank the gods, I am finally whole. I am the woman I was meant to be before I learned to bend, before I traded authenticity for approval in the end. So I'm flying to my Red Sea, to the wild and the unknown, where the only voice I answer to is the wisdom in my bones. And if you cannot meet me in the fullness of my truth, I release you with a blessing, but I won't forsake myself blind. The wild one, the one that would not break. I am every woman rising from the sovereign choice she makes. I am the midnight howling. I am power personified. I am Lilith's legacy, and I finally come alive. From the same earth we were fashioned, from the same breath we were born, but I will not play submission. I will not be worn and torn. I choose exile over the smallness. I choose truth over their lies. I choose me. I choose wholeness. I choose me, and I choose to rise. I am the sacred refusal. I am the holy no. The woman who chose freedom over the only love she'd known. I am the dark moon rising, the truth they tried to hide. I am Lilith's daughter, and I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I will not shrink, and I will not hide. Say her name, Lilith, say your own with pride. Speak it like a spell, love, speak it far and wide. You were never meant to shrink, you were born to fly. Sacred refusals in your very own battle cry. I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I will not be denied. I am the witch, the wild one, the one that would not break. I am every woman rising from the sovereign choice she makes. I am the midnight howling. I am power personified. I am Lilith's legacy, and I finally come alive. Whew, that was heavy going. Every time I listen to that, I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah, the power personified. Absolutely. We need this. We need to, well, I need it. I need to get off my pity party and read some tarot. Yes, absolutely. Read some tarot. Book a reading, book a session, book your turning point. The Dark Moon Rocks. Dark Moon Rocks on weavesofwaves.net for tarot reading. Please book. Yeah, I'm kind of like a bit needy right now. It's like, I don't even know if the booking stuff works because nobody's actually booked yet. It's like, yeah, it's all set up. It's all set up ready. But anyway, let's do a reading for somebody who is listening. Let's shuffle the deck. The deck is the Aleister Crowley deck, designed by his lady friend. He had quite a few of those. He was a bit of a dick. I will keep saying that. I didn't like Aleister Crowley. I don't like his work. I don't like his readings. I've read a lot of the occult stuff, and the more and more I read it, the more I've gone back to it now, and I've had a look, and it's all freaking guy stuff. It's dick energy. An awful lot of it is dick energy. And it's like, okay, look, I have no problem with dick energy. It's like, it's not a problem, but it's not a way I can work magic. And I'm really surprised any of it works for any woman anywhere. Seriously. It's like, okay. Anyway, I go off topic again. Shuffle your cards, woman. There we go. But yes, I'm starting to look and watch where a lot of the philosophy and psychology stuff is dick energy. It's like, yeah. Sorry, dog. I put my flask next to him and it's a little hot. Right, this is you. This covers you. This crosses you. Above you. Beneath you. Behind you. In front of you. Okay. So, who are we looking at today? Somebody who is in a comfortable relationship. Somebody who has been through a lot of shit and has found comfort. Above them is happiness, which is lovely to see. Hey, we all like you. Things are okay. Things are stable. So in other words, there's people out there that's like, they've gone through a lot, right? You know, the ice has thawed and they are coming out into their own. This is wonderful. You know, it's nice to see, basically, because somebody out there, it's like it's happening for them. The Ace of Wands is at your root. Dog, will you stop that? Up, stop it. Stop it, or go elsewhere. Yes, scratching your balls while I'm reading is very distracting. Dick energy. Phew, dogs. Okay, so yes, this is cups. You've got comfort, Four of Cups, happiness, the Nine of Cups. Things are looking up. They're okay. A lot of it is surface stuff, but your life is. You've got action there at the bottom. You've taken action, and you can grab the Ace of Wands and just go for it. The shit that was behind you, that was a tough time, right? You went through tough times, and you got the Queen of Wands in front of you, where you can step into your role. If you haven't got a cat, you need one. Very cat-like energy around you. Either you've got a cat that has passed over that is there, but certainly it is time to sit on your throne. Use your brain. Your brain is, use your mind. Clear your mind. You've been through shit, right? Respect. Respect that you've been through shit. You have definitely gone through a hard time. And you've balanced things up. You've taken all the bad shit and you've balanced it up with good shit. And there is an ebb and flow that is quite peaceful around you now. It's nice to tune into your energy. Yes, I know I'm went through all the anger and the rage and the pity party. And now I'm looking at somebody who's like calm, who's balanced, it's okay. Has made the necessary adjustments to fit into this world, to not get overblown by it, not get totally frazzled by it. Solid. There is like a grounding going on. And your energy is nice for me right now. So I appreciate that. And it's like, yeah, you're doing great. There is the Knight of Swords. He's always going to buzz around. I think buzzing around is what he does best. And he's on a mission. You just step back and you allow his mission. There's times when you've tried to help him, tried to heal him, tried to move through him. Yeah, but you just let him go. He will come and go. He will do his thing. It's not something that you will ever stop. And if this is a partner or a friend or a relative, yeah, just step back. You know this. To keep your peace is very important. You found a moderative of peace. Yes, the past haunts you still. Let go of the past. Everybody says that. Do you know how hard that is? When people say, let go of the past. Yeah, you try it. Fuck off. It's hard. And you've got a lot of it is frozen away. It's like things that you'll have to deal with at another time. It's like you've put it in the freezer. Thoughts, memories, you don't need them right now. You've found a good, nice balance. Just don't let the Knight of Swords knock you off balance, because you need that balance. You need that peace. You need to take action on things that give you pleasure and bring you peace. And also, I would say, yeah, it's time to settle in such a way, build something. The rest of the world is tearing things down. Your job is to start building something new. And if you were waiting for somebody to give you permission, it's not going to happen. Best thing I can do is say, go for it. Because you're coming from a space now. Yeah, okay, you're worried about the past stuff. Let the past stuff go. You can't do anything like that. Coming from a space that you can build. And it won't always be easy, but build from your peace. Because you will build something which is peaceful, which has been like a dream. So you take your contentness. It doesn't have to be happy. Happiness is like, well, I'm a little bit delirious. But when you're content, you're sitting there with a cup of tea watching the sun come up over the canal. That's content. It's not happiness. And contentedness is actually far more peaceful and solid than happiness. And right now, you've got the balance. Project it forward in times when you need to not be here. So, yeah. So when your mind takes you back to the past, it does. It drags us back down there, screaming and kicking, going, no, I don't want to think about that again. Nah, it's project it forward instead. Build something that you dream about. Even if you just build it in your mind, it's well worth it. Right? So build things in your mind, castles in your mind, fantasies, if you like, imaginations. Maybe even like a book. You know, build your book in your mind. Have a fantasy, have a dream. And then maybe when you feel ready, start putting it down onto a computer or a piece of paper. It's that sort of level of creation. It might not be a book. It might be something else that you want to create. But you're creating from peace. People would like to see that. And yeah, there's energy speaking to you now. The Ace of Wands is energetics. It's fiery. It's like, go for it. It's passionate. Cool. Well, I enjoyed that energy. I don't know who you are or whether you're listening to a recording or in the past, the present, the future. I don't know. I just know that was a reading for somebody who's listening. I don't tend to try and overthink things about readings because I know it's kind of futile. Right. Where are we? We're going to play another tune. What do we play? Wander Alone. Wander Alone. We'll play this tune and then we will find the Taoism stuff. Yep. And that's it. Okay. This world seems designed to lose all you can hold. Letting go of what since birth you've been sold. Finding a reason no one else has a truth. And not getting bogged down in the obvious con. Tough line to walk, but we're told not to talk. But in my dreams and reasons I find designed to so many ways you can hold. Letting go of what since birth that you've been sold. No one else has a truth that you can call your own. But you can borrow them until you find it, one that you can call your own. Reasons are yours to find and let flow, and once found you are seriously in the know. Once found you are seriously. They'll tell you how to think and feel, promise you some grand ideal, but their compass won't point you home. Seems designed to you have to wander the world alone, so you're letting go of what since birth through the doubt. And that's how you'll figure it all out. No one else has a truth that can be loaned, so you can have to find your own. You have to find your own. You have to find your own. And the one that sets your soul alight and finds your own. Find your own voice. I'm just giving hints of what's works for me, okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm definitely not telling you what to do. I'm also advising a little bit. Let's call it guiding. I'm really careful of this boundary, okay? I am seriously not telling you what to do. I would not do that. Why? Because what works for me does not work for you. That is obvious to me. Okay, right. Things that work for me is when I listen to somebody who can talk on different levels at once. In other words, there has been people in my life who I've really respected, but yet I don't understand what they're on about. And that's cool, because I'm having to think about how they say and what they say, and I respect them, but I'm not them. And I can be friends with loads of people who are not like me. And that's fine, as long as there is communication. Tell me. Don't leave it up to how I see things, because I see things from my point of view. I love watching and seeing things from other people's point of view. When you look at someone's artwork and you think, wow, I don't look at the world that way. That's bloody amazing. And you see what movies. Now, what did we watch the other week? War Machine. I don't know where he finds these movies. Okay. Every now and again, he'll watch stuff, and I can't see the screen, right? And it requires putting my glasses on to watch it. My eyes, by the end of the day, I don't really want to see the screen. And half the time, I can see what's going to happen. All right? So I will watch a movie, and I will know exactly what's going to happen. All right? It's telegraphed. It's like, and everything is like, and I annoy my partner quite a lot, because I'll say, oh, well, this is going to happen. This is going to, don't spoil it for me. Okay. So when you're talking to somebody and they want to finish their sentence, this may be an ADHD thing, I don't know. I don't really need you to finish your sentence, right? You need you to finish your sentence, because I've already heard the ending. I hear the ending of movies, I hear the ending of everything. And it's just a matter of, okay, you can tell me about it and I'll let you finish your sentence. There was a time when I didn't understand this, that people really need. I've heard it. Why would I let you, I've heard it. That was a very good point. Thank you for making it. I respect that point. But you've also cut them off before they finish. And that's rude. And they get confused, and you're now dealing with a confused person rather than a smart sort of person who's trying to tell you a point. And it is the same with movies. It is the same with War Machine. War Machine surprised me. Okay. War Machine surprised me because it was aliens. I love sci-fi. I love it. Science fiction fantasies, my favorite, right? It was this one was science fiction, and I was trying to pigeonhole in it. All right, is it that no. And this guy could act. And I was spellbound, because you can't actually read him, you just read the character you're playing. Do you know how rare this is in this day and age? This is a guy who can act. He's like, must be about 6'8", I don't know, 6'7". He's a big guy, well built. And he's got also some very cute eyes. He's very cute, very muscular, very, very American. I haven't a clue who the actor is, but he can act. And suddenly there was like people around him who were obviously acting with him. And it's like, whoa, heaven forbid, this is a movie. And I was quite shocked how long ago it was that people could lie to me, because basically that's what acting is. Lie to me with their body and with what they're saying. And I got totally drawn into the story. Suddenly it was like, I didn't know how this was going to go. I was like, wow. I couldn't read. Usually the actors tell you, the actors, they choreograph it. It's like, you can see how it's going to happen. This one was like, surprised me. And it was for a movie that was probably, didn't make it to cinema. I don't know. I'm not sure. It was something that was on internet somewhere. Who knows? But the people on there could act. And I was like, hats off. Credit where credit is due. I have some really good friends who I can't read. I like that. I think it sort of adds depth. And it's like, I can't predict what they're going to do. It's like, that, it's not there. And sometimes, I mean, once you spend time with people, you can kind of pick up stuff. But an awful lot of the times, the stuff that I pick up is like going through somebody's underwear drawer. I don't want to see their underwear. I don't want to see their medicine cabinet. There's really a whole bunch of stuff in people that I really don't want to see. I will go out of my way not to see it. And it's tough sometimes because, guys, even in your head, put it away. We're just trying to make sense, basically, of what we see and hear and how to move through the world with kind of grace. And if you've heard me talk about grace before, yeah, that sort of grace. Doing no harm. We don't celebrate toxic positivity or false hope. Just honest sound for honest people trying to make it through. If you need permission to feel what you feel, you have it. Dark Moon Radio, trying to make sense in the world. Yep, this is the Dark Moon Radio, and we're trying to make sense in the world. I don't think we're going to succeed. I don't think this world has any sense whatsoever. There was a bit on YouTube the other day that somebody was saying the mixture of DMT and a laser. Yes, a DeWalt laser, or a wall laser, something to sort of make sure that the wall is flat. Who worked this one out? I have no idea. But if you are on DMT and you have this wall laser, you can look at the wall and the laser and you see code, just like the Matrix. And you're like, ooh. I don't know if this is true or not, but people have tried it. And yeah, they've got code. And if you put your arm up and the laser hits your arm, you've got a different code. Now they're saying they have no idea what it is. They just can see a code. Now, pattern recognition will say that there is patterns in everything. I don't see numbers, but there are codes and there are patterns in pretty much everything. You know, the quantum physics, Fibonacci spirals. Wow. But they were saying, I have no idea what this could be. And it was like, well, I would say you found proof of the simulation. Elon Musk talks about the simulation, and it's fascinating stuff. Are we in a simulation? Are we in a matrix? And if so, how many layers deep are we? Yeah, I'm messing with your head now. I'll do that. I will definitely do that. Right, let's play the witch's will. You are a witch, your will is paramount. Your power is not in avoiding storms, but standing as the lightning strikes, in feeling rage in all its forms, in weathering the dark dislikes that rise inside like energy floods. That's where the real witch lives. Know this by now.
This is the law beneath all laws. The pulse that moves through bone and rose. The power living in your flaws. They've built a world to eat your will, to scatter you across 1,000 screens, to drain you slow, to keep you still, to make you forget what
Surrender
power
is not a
means, but opening to what is true,
allowing every buried fear to flow like water through and through, until you find beneath the pain you are the vast and open sky. Emotions come
but stubbornness is holy work. The muscle underneath the spell refused to shrink or shrug. When everything inside you wants to dwell in comfort, in easy life, in distractions that multiply, and you're just a husk that walks through days that blur, a ghost that talks,
builds the power that
but
turns your
cannot
visions
move
into
the
form.
which cannot make reality flinch. The witch knows tools are beautiful, but secondary to fire. Tools are beautiful, but secondary to fire. It burns inside the dutiful, the ones that feed their own desire with acts of willful choice. The dishes washed, the bed that's made, the finding of your truest voice. When every instinct screams, be afraid. You build a picture in your mind so clear it breathes, so real it bleeds. Then thrust your will, fierce and unconfined, into the space where magic breeds.
Your will is everything. Your will is everything. Your will is everything. Your focus.
How you touch the divine. Guard them both like sacred springs. The power, the which is always yours. But you know the universe pushes back. Force what shouldn't come and crack. Your chest explodes, your body pays for 3 long purging, painful days. Manipulation bends another will, and yes, it works. Let's not pretend it's still. But debts accumulate until you're a prisoner of the shape you penned. Chaos magic laughs, twists, and extends. Gives you exactly what you asked for in forms you could have never guessed. Leaves you reeling, stunned and masked, and feeling quite a mess.
World to eat your will, to scatter you across 1,000 screens,
To drain you slow, to keep you still.
get our
Your power is not avoiding storms, but standing as the lightning strikes, in feeling rage in all its forms, and weathering the dark dislikes that rise inside like ancient floods. That's where the real witch lives, in bone and grief and sacred notes, and taking all that life gives.
That's one of my favourite ones, I have to admit. Oh, I likes that one. Okay, let's find out what's going on the 365 days of the Tao. No, not that one. You see, I have to go to my Kindle, and I've been reading all kinds of strange things. Here we go, right. 10th of March. Nope, 10th of March was yesterday. That was the one we did yesterday. We are the 11th of March today. It's 9 degrees. Yeah, it's not bad. Temperature's going up again. Anyway, the Tao. The teachers who leave no trace. The ancient masters were subtle, mysterious, profound. 3 characters build a staircase into stillness. Wei, supple. Supple or subtle? Subtle. Xuan, deep or hidden. Shen, profound. Each one sinks deeper than the last. These were not compliments, but qualities. On ancient bamboo slips, the best teachers were called, root quiet. They did not persuade or correct. They stayed close to the source, which needed no defense. Their words were spare. Their influence, like pine roots in the cliffs, was unseen but lasting. Modern readers often crave boldness, clarity, and charisma. Lao-tzu points the other way. The wise did not step forward, they stepped aside. Their lessons grew slowly, like moss on a stone. Those who met them left feeling not impressed, but still. These sages did not explain the Tao. They lived by its rhythm. Their depth came not from mystery, but from not interfering. Their minds were quiet. Their eyes watched more than judged. To write or speak from that place is difficult. It requires trust that silence teaches better than assertion. Lao-tzu's phrase is not nostalgic for a golden age, it's practical. Look to those who do not argue. Watch those who listen more than speak. The strongest roots do not boast of height. They hold the mountain in place. Stillness, done properly, supports everything else. I like that one. That one I get. Sometimes these are a bit obscure, but that one, yeah. Okay, we're running out of time. I always do. I talk too much. Well, that's why I do this. So, I hope you have a lovely day. Yeah, it's clouding over there for a bit here, but stay warm, stay wrapped up, stay hopeful, okay? Don't lose the hope. Stay hopeful. Love you lots. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Bye now.
I'm not here to soothe. I'm here to ignite. My words are blades and balm. Presence stirs what's been buried deep. I am no longer asking for permission to speak. The ones that can hold me are already waking. The message for the ones who thought they've been too much. You've been told soften, dim, dilute. But I see what you'll really carry. I'm not here to fix it. I'm here to call you up. You're not alone. You're not broken.
You're a catalyst, same as me. Welcome home.
You're not a helper. You're a threshold guardian.
I work for those who are buried,
Not
both
here
broken
to
and
coddle.
sense themselves fit,
Here to catalyze.
not to rescue but to reflect.
You're
You're tired of
misunderstood, you're just early.
shrinking, of hiding your flame. I'm here to show you how to weave your pain to power. More soften the light. Rebuild from the ashes. Stop pretending you're not already power. This is a message for the one who's always been too much. Who's been told to soften, dim, dilute, but I see what you're really carrying. I'm not here to fix you, I'm here to call you up. You're not alone, you're not broken, you're a catalyst,
You're not
same
a
as
helper.
me.
You're
Welcome
a
home.
threshold guardian. You're not here to coddle. You're here to catalyze. You're not misunderstood, you're just early.